So we saw a little bit of a bounce back in the New York session, but that's not holding.
It's not holding, and there had been a view, or there is a view, that OPEC Plus, when it meets on Sunday, will cut by the 2 million barrels that they cut a month ago, surprising the market at the time and catching the rebuke of President Biden. In fact, analysts and traders surveyed by Bloomberg believe there could actually be deeper cuts because of the faltering oil market. And that's why we saw a brief rebound in the New York session after prices fell to the lowest for the year so far, down around the $74 level. Again, we're seeing the decline continue in the Asia session. We saw a similar trajectory for Brent crude. And again, if you drop into the Bloomberg, what you can see is that all of the gains for oil thus far this year have been given back. And that's with a number of crosswinds laying on the macroeconomic effects. As you see, oil had spiked earlier in the year, and now we're actually at a loss for the year going into the Asia session. Now, OPEC has a difficult task of weighing the impact of sanctions on Russian oil, which are going to kick in early December, and the IE says could slump 15% by early next year in terms of their output, against the impact of potential stricter lockdowns in China. That's clouding the outlook for demand. Layer on the impact of perhaps continued rate hikes by the Fed. That's another question weighing on oil, and all of that is creating a bearish effect in the near term right here.
So these protests in China, meanwhile, and concerns about COVID really weighing on the commodity complex as a whole, right?
Yeah, analysts are saying that the actual increase in the cases that we saw over the weekend to record numbers, and the concern about stricter lockdowns, which could really have a dramatic negative impact on demand, all of that affecting commodities from agricultural to metals. In fact, BO Capital Markets analysts says they expect the renewed lockdowns to hurt markets' confidence into the year end. Copper took a big hit in the London market. It was down as much as 2% before rebounding. Soybeans is another commodity that took a bit of a hit. Again, it reversed earlier losses because of some currency situation in Argentina that could actually buoy its solid sales. Wheat market also taking hits. And again, there is a concern that while there's uncertainty in China, which is such a big consumer of commodities, that if anything, you'll see some buyers delay their purchases with the expectation of these renewed lockdowns.